And now let's move forward with the more updates which we are tracking from Maharashtra, which is 2 decades after both Thackeray's have parted ways. A reunion has been seen on the stage. Following a part tussle, now Shiv Sena Uddhav Balasahev Takre, the UBT faction chief Uddhav Thackeray, and Maharashtra's Navnirman Sena's chief Raj Takre are being seen in a joint rally in Worli today. The victory rally, titled as Aaj Marathicha, which translates to the voice of the Marathi, was planned by the two parties together after the ruling Mahayuti government rolled back its decision to make Hindi mandatory as the third language in the state's primary schools. This decision was made following a strong opposition both from Raj and Uddhav Thackeray and intellectuals from civil society. The rally takes place amid incidents involving both the parties. This, of course, comes right after several reports have emerged where non-Marathi speakers have been subjected to violence in the state, also being hounded for not speaking Marathi, as also in fact preferring as a first language while being in Maharashtra. There has been a controversy in the state only brewing as incidents come forward. This brings us to the big question: shouldn't the focus be on promoting the Marathi culture worldwide, rather than also only promoting and focusing on means to make people speak Marathi in a gundagardi manner? Shahid Ansari is joining me with more updates. Shahid, what are you picking up as in fact the joint rally is being organized in Worli? We are seeing live visuals where there is a lot of gathering, where Thackeray's reunion, of course, is the center stage of the attraction. What are you picking up? Share more details from Worli.
देखिए 20 साल बाद जो है दोनों भाई जो है एक साथ हो रहे हैं। हालांकि त्रिभाषा फार्मूले को जैसे ही सरकार ने रद्द किया है तो उसके बाद से देखिए कि कयास लगाया जा रहा था, लेकिन जिस मौके पर जहां पे भी जो ये प्रोटेस्ट हुए हैं वहां पे भले ही पार्टी के ये दोनों लीडर ना शामिल रहे हों, लेकिन पार्टी के दूसरे लीडर यानी महाराष्ट्र नवनिर्माण सेना के भी और उद्धव ग्रुप के जो है उद्धव ठाकरे की शिवसेना, दोनों के जो लीडर हैं, कार्यकर्ता हैं, वो शामिल रहे। इससे पहले जो त्रिभाषा फार्मूले को लेकर जो सरकार का जो सर्कुलर रहा है वो जला दिया गया था और उसके बाद ये कहा गया था कि अब जो है मराठी अस्मिता और मराठी भाषा और मराठियों के लिए, उनके हित के लिए दोनों भाइयों को एक आना पड़ेगा। जनता की बहुत ज्यादा इस चीज को लेकर जो है तेज आवाज थी और ये आवाज जो है कहीं ना कहीं इन दोनों लीडरों तक पहुंच गई है। यही वजह है कि आज जो है दोनों लीडर एक स्टेज पर एक साथ नजर आ रहे हैं। लेकिन अब अगर दोनों लीडर के एक साथ नजर आ रहे हैं तो इसमें सियासत में हम ये मान सकते हैं कि आने वाले दौर में महाराष्ट्र की सियासत में एक नया अध्याय लिखा जा सकता है। लेकिन क्या मराठी या हिंदी भाषा को लेकर जो राजनीति चल रही है उस राजनीति को लेकर दोनों भाइयों के मिजाज एक है, लेकिन क्या बाकी चीजों में इनके मिजाज मिल पाएंगे, ये एक अहम सवाल है। दूसरी अहम बात यह है कि आज जो है 5 जून या जुलाई को जो है प्रोटेस्ट करने वाले थे, लेकिन उससे पहले ही दोनों पार्टी के जो लोग थे वो प्रोटेस्ट करने वाले थे, लेकिन उससे पहले ही सरकार ने जो है इस प्रोटेस्ट को इस दूसरे रुख मोड़ दिया, क्योंकि सरकार ने अपने कदम वापस ले लिए और कहा है कि ये जो हमने कदम वापस लिया है ये मराठी जनता और मराठी के महाराष्ट्र की जो जनता है और जो मराठी को पसंद करने वाले लोग हैं, ये उनकी आवाज पर हमने वापस लिया है। और इस बात को ही देखते हुए जो है महाराष्ट्र नवनिर्माण सेना और उद्धव ठाकरे की सेना, इन दोनों ने मिलकर जो है यानी आज जो प्रोटेस्ट करना था उसको जल्लोष के रूप में यानी कि जश्न के रूप में जो है आज मनाया। और जश्न का ये रूप ऐसा रहा है कि दोनों भाई जो 20 साल पहले जो है एक परिवार की तलखियों के बीच जो है सियासी और पारिवारिक दोनों तलखियों के बीच जो है दोनों परिवार अलग हो गए थे। राज ठाकरे ने जो है अपनी पार्टी बनाई महाराष्ट्र नवनिर्माण सेना, जबकि उद्धव ठाकरे की अपनी खुद की पार्टी रही शिवसेना। लेकिन बाद में शिवसेना में भी जो है 2 ग्रुप हो गए, जिनमें से एक जो है एकनाथ शिंदे ग्रुप और दूसरा ग्रुप जो है उद्धव ठाकरे। तो अब चूंकि महाराष्ट्र नवनिर्माण सेना यानी राज ठाकरे और जो उद्धव ठाकरे हैं पारिवारिक रूप से भी एक हो गए हैं और पार्टी के रूप से भी जो है एक हो गए हैं। अब ऐसे में जो है हालांकि बीजेपी ने इस बात को भी कहा है कि अगर दोनों ये परिवार एक होता है तो हमें ये अच्छा होगा कि एक विपक्ष जो है मजबूत विपक्ष हमें मिल सकता है और हम इस मजबूत विपक्ष के सहारे जो है हम राज्य का जो है बेहतर तरीके से महाराष्ट्र के जो जनता है, महाराष्ट्र की जो आवाम है, उनके बेहतर भलाई के लिए हम राज्य के बारे में कुछ सोच सकते हैं। लेकिन आपको मैं बता दूं कि जिस तरह से आज 20 साल बाद दोनों भाई एक हो रहे हैं, दोनों परिवार एक हो रहा है, तो अब इसको लेकर कहीं ना कहीं जो महाराष्ट्र की जो सियासत है इसमें एक नया बाब लिखा जाएगा। आने वाले वक्त में जो है ये बात देखी जाएगी कि क्या दोनों के विचार, दोनों के जो मुद्दे हैं मराठी के अलावा दूसरे मुद्दों पर क्या दोनों के विचार मिलते हैं या नहीं। जी
All right, Shahid, in fact, continue to stay with us. The possible reunion of the Thackeray cousins at the point of time, the rare coming together, sparking by the joint opposition to the proposed three-language formula that forced the Mahayuti government to pause the policy, has fueled, of course, the speculation of their political realignment. And also the political realignment is in the view of the celebrations of the triumph of the Marathi unity. Well, that remains to be the center stage of this reunion. And even at this point of time, I am being told that Raj Lakshmi Joshi, political expert, is joining me live on the telecast. Viewers, Ms. Joshi, if you can hear me live. Before we move there, Shahid Ansari continues to be with us live on the telecast. Shahid, now in Worli at the NSIC Dome, this rally of coming together of both the Takre cousins who have been estranged for 2 decades is seen for the first time. What is this in fact hinting towards as the role of opposition in Maharashtra is concerned, especially in a discourse where they both have in fact been losing the elections, and the electoral ground that they have lost in the recent times has also made them take a stand on this Marathi unity?
जी देखिए, दो चीजें हैं। एक तो ये है कि दोनों भाइयों का एक होना, और दूसरी चीज ये है कि दोनों भाइयों का मराठी भाषा को लेके एक होना। तीसरी अहम चीज ये है कि मराठी अस्मिता को बरकरार रखने की जो बात इन्होंने की थी, उसको लेकर एक हो रहे हैं। लेकिन हम इसको आप देख सकते हैं कि आने वाले समय में महाराष्ट्र में जो चुनाव है, जो बीएमसी चुनाव है, उसको लेकर जो है हम ये देख सकते हैं कि दोनों भाइयों को भी जो है बहुत सख्त जरूरत है एक होने की। और दूसरा जो है विपक्ष के लिए भी जो है, पहले कि मैंने आपको बता दिया है कि सत्ताधारी पक्ष ने तो कह दिया है कि अगर दोनों भाई एक साथ आते हैं तो एक हमें मजबूत विपक्ष देखने को मिल सकता है, और इसके साथ साथ हम राज्य की भलाई के लिए बेहतर कुछ सोच सकते हैं। अब यहाँ आते हैं कि दोनों भाई अगर एक होते हैं तो जाहिर सी बात है कि आने वाला जो चुनाव है, इस चुनाव में दोनों भाइयों का एक होना, ये महाराष्ट्र की राजनीति और महाराष्ट्र के इस चुनाव में जो है, बीएमसी के इस चुनाव में बहुत अहम रोल अदा कर सकता है। और कहीं ना कहीं इससे जो है, जो सत्ताधारी पक्ष है, उसके लिए एक टफ फाइट भी हम देख सकते हैं। अगर जिस तरह से जो जनता है, जनता दोनों भाइयों को एक करने के लिए जिस अपील और जिस तरह से आप देखिए कि जगह जगह शहर में बैनर और बाकी चीजें लगाई गई, तकरीबन 1.5 से 2 महीने पहले से ये सारी चीजें चल रही है, तो हम ये कह सकते हैं कि अगर ये दोनों भाई एक साथ हो रहे हैं और सिर्फ हमारा त्रिभाषा फार्मूले या इसके खिलाफ फार्मूले को लेकर जिस तरह से सरकार ने अपने कदम वापस लिए हैं, तो मराठी भाषा को लेकर जिस तरह से ये दोनों भाई एक हो रहे हैं, या मराठी अस्मिता को लेकर जो कह रहे हैं कि एक हो रहे हैं, तो आने वाले समय में जो चुनाव है, इस चुनाव में भी जो है दोनों भाइयों का जो है बहुत अहम रोल अदा हो सकता है। और मराठी जो वोट बैंक है, वो कहीं ना कहीं दोनों भाइयों की झोली में आने की उम्मीद दिखाई देती है। जी।
Well, all right. In fact, Shahid, continue to stay with us live on the telecast. Raj Thackeray, Uddhav Thackeray rally has also sparked controversy in the state, as the first remarks, Raj Thackeray has mentioned that Marathi is our main agenda. We are working for the growth of Maharashtra. The BJP is forcing Maharashtra to follow Hindi. Well, on that note, I have senior political commentator Sumit Peer joining me live on the telecast. Appreciate you joining me live on the telecast, sir. And as we can see, in fact, this is a rare sighting for the people of Maharashtra. Anybody who has been aware about the political scenario in the state of Maharashtra, this is something that was unexpected of, and this has happened even at that point when there is already a very big controversial issue brewing in the state of Maharashtra over the speaking of Marathi. Imposition is underway. How do you look at this for the future of opposition being currently played in the state of Maharashtra, as the MNS chief Raj Thackeray has made it clear that Marathi is the main agenda? The realignment of political desires and political structure could also be followed then later.
Well, ma'am, good afternoon. Just look, it's very simple. Uddhav tried his luck with the alliance, that didn't work. And, Raj Thackeray ji tried his luck with a different formula, that didn't work. So in politics, after every few years, you have to regenerate and rethink and go back to the drawing board and think what is working for you. for these people, I think Marathi is the plank what they are going to ride on. They are going to believe that is going to be their saving grace and going to get their political fortunes back. But beyond that, I think it's not about language. It's not about Maharashtra or Marathi. Everybody has the greatest of respect for Maharashtra. And we as a Hindi-speaking person, I have no problem in saying Jai Maharashtra, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj ki Jai. So, it's not only if my emotions would be more if I can say it, this is Marathi. I'm saying this in English or Hindi because of my utmost respect for Maharashtra and Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. And that is what is the ethos of all the Indians, and that is what is the ethos of all the people around here. Now, the people who have aligned with Congress, the people who have done all other things, the people who did not go to Ayodhya after the Sri Ram temple was built, now, if they can find a poll plan, that can be a desperate attempt to survive. But I think the people of Maharashtra ultimately will see through it. You can bring up an issue, you can raise a turmoil for a few days, but ultimately everybody knows, every Indian, every Hindu has the greatest of respect for Maharashtra and Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj and the great Marathi culture. And, likewise anywhere in the part of the country. So you cannot start dividing country on language. It doesn't mean that my respect for Maharashtra or Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj is less if I say it in English or Hindi, and it will go 5 times if I say it in Marathi. So Marathi at the end of the day is a language with the greatest of respect for that. Hindi is a language with the respect for that. Right now we are conversing on national TV in English, and even we have respect for that. I believe language is a way of communication, but not a meter of patriotism and devotion. That is how I look at it. It can be a good political plank, but ultimately, ma'am, people see through it because they realize that this is not how the things are built. This is not how the things can go. We want a unified India. We want one India. You can counter government on their policies, on their things. But if you want to get this kind of a linguistic divide and make a political fortune out of it, it's like a monsoon rain which will come and which will hold forth for some days. But after 45 days, usually 60 days, the monsoons go. And that's how exactly this is going to go. And people must see the political opportunism, especially from Uddhav. He aligned with everybody and anybody when it comes to power. So how do people trust that this combo works? If this combo would have worked, why should the two brothers have separated? Why for decades they were not looking at each other? If this was about Maharashtra and Marathi Asmita, what they say, then they should have never separated. And if you look at the main plank of...
Well, all right. All right. In fact, Mr. Pete, thank you very much for being with us live on the telecast. Appreciate you putting this in perspective of how the dynamics is shaped. And also at this point of time, joining me live on the telecast is Mr. Ali Daruwala, who's a BJP spokesperson coming in from the state of Maharashtra. Sir, how do you look at this coming together of the estranged cousins for making it agenda about Marathi being imposed in the state of Maharashtra? The Marathi should be the identity for the people staying, working in Maharashtra. There are concerns, but how does the BJP also, in fact, in the ruling power, looks at this opposition stand and a joint rally coming in at this point of time when MNS workers have also thrashed people for not being able to speak in Marathi in Maharashtra?
Firstly, Simran, on your prestigious channel as a BJP spokesperson, I totally disagree, and I totally am not in tandem with people taking law and order into their hands. Honorable PM Devendra Fadnavis has said this outlash will not be tolerated. Nevertheless, second thing, after 2 decades, the brothers coming on the platform, and for the reason and only for the reason of Marathi Manus, I look at it as a positive outcome, because if this is the agenda and Sanatan is to be followed, and these people are the followers of Prabhu Shri Ram, I do not see it's a long distance away that they may reunite with Bharatiya Janata Party, because we have fought elections together, we have gone for the Babri Masjid, and we have been helped by Honorable Balasaheb Takre when we had not more than 2 MLAs in Maharashtra. So I see as a ray of hope, as a light, where I feel that Raj, he will be able to bring Uddhav Thackeray back into the Sanatani fold. This is what I look at this. Point number 3, the final point, is Bombay election coming in few months. The only ray of hope left, India Alliance used Uday Balasaheb Thackeray to convince a certain section of people, which they have failed. and now he has come back out to the fold of Marathi Manus. So I feel there is a ray of hope where UBT Rajji can realign with the original party of the country who is taking India to the forefront of success, and that is Bharatiya Janata Party.
All right. In fact, in that view, this also puts the onus on how does the political realignment of both the Thackeray cousins now looks ahead, as you correctly pointed out as well, Mr. Daruwala, that elections are also just around the corner in Mumbai, and this is going to be of huge importance how this very step and the coming together would portray into the electoral realignment. Well, on that, joining me live on the broadcast is Rajlakshmi Joshi, who's a political expert. Appreciate you joining me, ma'am. And as you can see, even in the visuals and on your screens, in fact, one must also note the bonhomie of the Takre cousins. What has been addressed from the state by MNS chief is a statement also citing that both the cousins have come together due to the Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis. He also added that that they could not in fact come together even during Balasaheb Thackeray's effort, but Devendra Fadnavis has been able to do so. How do you react to this statement?
Good morning, Simran. And yes, this is a very interesting statement by Mr. Raj Thackeray, where he says that Devendra Fadnavis ji has achieved what even Balasaheb Thackeray could not do, that is bring both the brothers, the cousins together. So this is something very interesting, and I would say that this is probably a political compulsion, and maybe yes, they must have come together on the same page where it comes to the issue of language. But then again, what I feel is that this issue has been made, I mean, a non-issue has been made into a big issue. It has been hyped, and these things are bound to happen, because then these elections are actually around the corner. So the municipal elections in Mumbai as well as in Thane, they are around the corner. So then that is why such things are bound to happen. There are bound to be certain agendas taken up, and certain emotions will be tried to be stoked up. All these things are bound to happen. So this interesting thing is that both the Thackeray's coming together, both the factions coming together. While I'm not very sure how well both the factions will gel, because then now, along all these years, actually there have been very deep fissures between both the parties, and where they have been very they have been very bitter against each other. So now it is going to be a little difficult for both the parties, they being cadre based parties, both of them coming together is going to be difficult actually on the ground, even though some of them, at least in terms of optics or in terms of visuals, on screen, on stage, on television, they may be coming and making joint statements. But then on the ground, when it comes to actually sharing the same sentiment with the other workers, that is going to be a little difficult.
All right, Ms. Rajlakshmi Joshi, thank you very much for in fact bringing more context to your statement. And viewers, at this point of time, this remains to be seen how this political realignment would be shaping from Maharashtra. Now for that, with more news and updates on the other side, stay tuned. It's time to slip into a short break.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.